I'm Ashley Forley of Ashley Horse Training. I'm a Happy Horse, Happy Life instructor and mentor. I'm here today with my young horse Paris, and we're going to show you 3 ways to teach your horse to go sideways from the ground. So here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is move my horse sideways off of steady pressure. So I'm going to put the rope here in my elbow so my hands are free. I have a stick in case she doesn't move over. I can add a little rhythmic energy to help support my steady pressure, but I'm not going to push hard. So here I'm going to back her up because she moved when she wasn't supposed to. And I'm going to turn her this way so you guys can see a little bit better. But I'm going to put my hand here on her ribs and then here on her shoulder, and she should move over sideways. Like that was pretty good. I'm just going to interrupt the forwards. Good girl. And I want it to feel like I'm rolling a ball. Rolling a ball sideways. Good girl. So I am going to fix how she's going forward. I'll turn her around. We'll go again. So now when I ask her to go sideways, if she goes forward, I'm going to back her up. And I'm going to shorten my lead rope here so that if she goes forward, it's easy for me to back her. So here, pull her back, move the front end back over. Good. I'm going to push, move her back. Front end back over. There, that was better. Good girl. So I had to support her a little bit more there with my lead rope to prevent that forward. I'll do it again. And I'm not changing sides until one side is really good. So I felt like she was moving off the pressure easily, but she was definitely going forward. So there you can see my rope was too short and she's pretty sensitive. She started going backwards instead of sideways. Good girl. Just need the front end more, so I'm going to tap on the shoulder with my stick. If the front end isn't yielding. There, good girl. And then back. Good. And then over. Just trying to figure it out. And then back. And I'm still kind of missing the front end there. There we go. All right, over. I'm going to follow her when she's going back because they're good girl. That time, I knew that my lead rope was not pulling her back. I think she just thought that was the answer because I had corrected her a few times. So let's set it up once more. I just taught it and now I'm going to check it. And I'll do that for a few sessions and then I'll get off of it for a while. Ooh, that was good. Good girl. So I liked that one because she wasn't thinking forward. She's thinking rolling there. So I'm going to back her up. Good girl. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the other side. So I'm putting my hand either on her neck or her shoulder, depending on which body part I need to move more, and the ribs. So they're a little more on the ribs. I'm going to tap. Good girl. And then rub. So instead of pushing harder, I tapped with my stick to say, hey, you should be moving over there. Good girl. Really nice. So you could see there, she even moved away from my hand. And that's something you can teach your horse. Instead of following them, put a feel on them and have them move away from that. So that was pretty good. That side was definitely easier for her. Okay, so the second way to teach your horse to go sideways is with a little rhythmic energy. And I'm going to use the fence line behind me to prevent her from going forward. And this time I'd like her to go sideways without me touching her. Here we go. Going to send her over here. I'm going to stand with my back to the fence, and I'm going to send her over here, and right before she gets to the fence, I'm going to walk sideways and put a little rhythmic energy towards her ribs, being careful to stay out of the kick zone. So it's like 12 feet away. She grabbed a little snack. Now I'm going to send her back this way. And before she quits moving, I'm going to start directing that energy sideways. That was pretty good. I'd like the butt to straighten a little bit more. That was good. So I taught it both ways. Now I'm going to check it. Send her back this way. I'm going to match her energy here. There, and instead of telling her not to eat, I'm just telling her to go sideways faster. She didn't really have time to eat until we stopped. Okay, now we're going to go back this way. Shorten my rope, send her that way. Put a little energy there. Good girl. And then I just relax when I want her to stop going sideways. So the third way, you're a good girl. The third way I'm going to teach her to go sideways is from me standing in front of her. So right here, she's a little bit excited. She's on adrenaline. I'm just going to ask her to move those hindquarters over. Good job. And then park. Okay, so the third way I'm going to teach her to go sideways is with me standing in front of her. The first thing I need is for her to stand still. So we're going to go back to that parking spot. I did a video with her on that a little while ago. Because I want to balance relaxation and responsiveness. She looked a little reactive there, a little bit excited. She likes to move her feet and play, but she needs to have some relaxation as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stand here and I'm going to start going sideways. If she goes forward, I can wiggle my rope. And if she doesn't go sideways, I can use a little rhythmic energy with my stick towards her ribs. Now I'm going to go back away from the camera just to give you a good visual. If this is the first time I was doing this exercise with my horse, I would do it a few times on one side before changing direction. But I know she knows it, and for the sake of the camera, I'm going to go back this way. So I use my lead rope to not let her come forward, and my rhythmic energy towards her ribs if she's not mirroring me. So I want her to go sideways because I'm going sideways and not forward. So here I'm going to correct the forward and back her up. There. And then just have her relax there. Good girl. And it's important that she's not scared of my stick. So even though I've used it to correct her, I need to now make sure that she understands it's just an extension of me, like another horse biting or kicking her if she doesn't move. And you can see she's got quite a few bites and kicks on her right now. She just got moved in with my other horse, Boca, who's quite dominant. And Boca showed her the ropes pretty quickly. So you can see she's a little nervous of my stick and string since I've used it a few times to tag her. So I'm just going to keep doing it until she can understand that it's okay. And I'm trying to be rhythmic and friendly, keep my energy down, and I'm wiggling my lead rope because she knows that means to stop moving her feet. So I'm just trying to teach her it's not a big deal here. And I've done this many times with her, and this is actually the most reactive she's been about it. But it could also be because she's been bit and kicked recently, even in her herd. She's a little more sensitive to moving out of my space and moving out of the other horse's space. Oops, dropped my rope. So my goal here is relaxation. That's what I'm looking for. And there was the change. Her head went down, she's blowing out, she's shaking her head, thinking about rolling. So I had to take a break from doing the sideways because she was getting reactive and a little nervous of my stick and string. And you may have to do things like that as well. Most important thing is she's moving because she's responsive, not because she's reactive and scared. So I taught it. I taught that she should be relaxed with my stick and string, and now I'm going to check it just to make sure she still really is. And she is. Let's see if she can do it while she's walking instead of thinking about rolling. Yeah, much better. So I thought about, my goal wasn't that she was just standing still. My goal was that she was relaxed. Okay, so now one more time, I'm going to show you the sideways from me in front of her, and I want her to mirror me. Good girl. Not go forward. Mirror me. Good girl. That was nice. What a good girl. What a good girl. Okay, and once more, back the other way. Not going to let her go forward. Sways a little bit harder. To tap her. Good girl. Don't go forward. Rhythmic energy. Good girl. So that direction is definitely harder for her. She's a little more crooked and doesn't go sideways as easily, but I felt like that was an improvement and she wasn't reactive like she was the first few times. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you some ideas on how to teach your horse to go sideways on the ground. If you liked my video, be sure to like it, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon.